right. So this video is just going to be on the 5 fact with no armory. Pretty sure Jinjin has a translated video of, I think, Haya doing it or something. So, everything's just standard in the opening. This guy's, he was going to 10-15 gate, I guess. This is the second time I've watched this replay because I was trying to make sense of this. I think he was going to 10-15 gate, and then he cross-scouted and decided not to, so he just doesn't make anything and takes a Nexus. It's kind of weird. I opened 11 gas this game. Anyway, so Jinjin has a video of Haya, doing it. It's translated. It's a good video. I don't do this build on purpose. Like, I didn't go into this game planning on doing the 5 fact with no armory. I actually just did it on reaction based on what happened in the game. But people ask me about it, so I'll just talk about how I do it, which is the same everybody else does it. This is kind of funny, actually, at the beginning, because I realized that the goons have to come out this way. So I actually block this with a depot and get like 4 probes, because the goons get stuck in the mineral line. And the vulture gets out, so I don't know. That cracked me up in the game. I felt so good after that. I was like, oh, I'm going to beat this guy. Like, that must have been so demoralizing. Anyways, so yeah, I decided to go siege because, he opened 2 gate, and I didn't know if he was just going to come with a ton of goons. So I'm going siege. Then I get a second fact, and then keep making tanks because, like I said, I'm not 100% sure if this guy's going to send a bunch of goons. And then here I go eBay, and I decide that I'm going to get some mines and make a couple vultures so I can kind of have some presence on the map, because I just feel really in the dark considering he opened this way and I don't have any mines on the map. So instead of just pumping tanks, I decide to get mines and make a couple vultures here. And at that same time, I sent that vulture up here to see the third. And so when I saw the third, this is where I decided that even though it's cross spawns, I'm going to 5 fact this guy. So I cancel this vulture, I cancel mines, add another machine shop, and then for this build, it's 35 SCVs, and you don't make any more. And additionally, because of the game state, because of how fast this was and how everything opened, I just decided not to make any turrets because I knew what this guy had. Right, I knew there wasn't going to be a Reaver anytime soon because of how fast the third was. He took this pre-6 minutes. So, no turrets. A lot of times when you do this build, you actually make turrets. So, I'm not advocating for not doing it. I'm just saying that in this game, I knew I didn't need to. And the way to know that you're on 35 SCVs is when you have 12 workers here. And then you just stop making workers. And as you see, the factories are pretty quick, 630. And then, I get, speed and mines. And I'm only at 34 SCVs. Watch, there's 11 here. I guarantee it. Yeah. So 1 SCV short. So yeah, speed mines, double tank production, and vultures. And it's really important that you float your buildings when you're doing this. You're gonna need all the help you can get. And then moving pretty quick, like pre 8 minutes, going out on the map. Forgot a tank here. That kind of sucks. So now it's just all about pushing. So he comes to try to delay. Just siege couple tanks and then keep moving, keep mining in the path, and then he counters. This tank dies, unfortunately. So basically while I'm killing this base, he counters with no observers, and I'm busy over here, so I kind of lose those vultures for free. That sucks, but these all die. And then just to reiterate, so I'm not doing anything. I started making a couple workers once I got knew that this base was gonna die. But it's just depots and units nonstop, Still no turrets. I lost my eBay actually floating across the center of the map, but I still have some Marines to deal with the shuttle. And then it's just about closing the game out. I'm literally doing nothing besides making units and then trying to rally them and making depots. That's all I'm doing here. I'm not making an armory. I'm not getting an academy. I don't care. I just want to close this game out and win essentially, which is what happened. So You really don't want to lose the eBay though. That's kind of like a critical mistake in this game because you definitely need turrets when you do this. Like I said, if a person has good reaver control, this build will just absolutely melt. But yeah, this is. I haven't done this build in a long time. Like sometimes if I open 15cc, I'll do this build because it hits just so fast. But I will throw it in there on reaction if someone's like super greedy. This guy's, it's just, everything is just too late, you know, pushing out before 8 minutes and giving the opening and everything. And so, yeah, that's how you do it. It's a really simple build. It really just all comes down to like your control and realistically getting the turrets down. So some maps are bad, like Radion's probably not a great map to do it, things like that. Like probably like the new version of Deja Vu is not going to be very good to do it. It's completely all in. Even if you kill their third, it's not enough. Because you're only on 35 SCVs, so I mean they could like save all their probes, keep making probes, and then you know it's two base versus two base, so like you know it's good for Terran supposedly, but you know if your army gets clear, they're just going to take a double Nexus, so just killing their third isn't enough. I mean you really need to win the game here, or maybe if you get like 20 probes in the third and like completely trade armies, okay, that's probably good. But if you don't do that and you just lose your army for their third, it's not worth it in my opinion. So yeah, like I said, really simple. Hope that helps. Later.